Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us right here on Plushwork TV. And I've got the one, the only, my favorite here, and that is Tuck and Patti. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are good. We're on we're on West Coast time, so the sun's still out and it's still hot outside.
Oh, I bet you it is hot, isn't it? Yeah, we actually one of the reasons why we were a little thrown today, we had a rainstorm here, and we had a power outage. And I'm actually recording from in my bedroom. I've got a pretty large room, but I have a huge window. So I saw this storm kind of come through, and the lights went out, and the storm just kept going through it. And although I thought, oh my God, I've got an interview, but the storm was so beautiful. So I just sat here. I stayed calm. I got on my phone, made some calls just to make sure everything was going to go smooth. And I sat here and watched the storm just roll by. And after a few moments, the lights came on, and I was like, wow, what a beautiful, experience. So it's one of those things too, that when a storm comes and it goes. So everything that's happening right now, it's going to come and it's going to go. We have to believe that everything that's happening right now, it's going to move, and we're just going to be in a different space, so that, things can be okay. How has the pandemic, this COVID, impacted you guys and everything?
We tour. We're touring musicians. We're still at it. We also started being record producers a few years ago. So we have people coming from all over the world to do sessions, and we have a studio in the house. So we can do big stuff. We go to a big studio for tracking, but we do all mixing, vocals, overdubs up here. So everything's gone. I mean, we're not working that way this year. Although some of our studio stuff, people that we've done some basic tracks for now have figured out what's happening, so we're going to start doing that mixing. But really, it's a huge effect. A big part of our touring is Europe, so we're out of the country a lot too. So it's daunting, but we're blessed to have a home, and we're here, and we're able to still get some work and do some stuff. But it's going to be a reimagining, how it all go down. Especially the way it is now, because it's out of control. I mean, it's higher than it was when it started, when we all first locked down, and it's climbing.
Yeah, that's a little scary too. And I'm hoping that it goes down. But I thought with the marches and all that stuff that was going on, that it was going to spike up. Yeah. Tell everybody about your sound and your music, because you guys have a unique sound.
Well, I think it just came from the fact that Patti and I discovered we love playing together, playing and singing together, and everything has basically flowed out of that. We tried to figure out, okay, if we're going to do this, and we knew that we were, the minute we met, really within 10 seconds, we knew we were going to play together for a lifetime. So everything became like a long-term project early on. It's not like, okay, let's just come together and just do what we can do. At first we started off with that, but very quickly it became, what do we really want to do together? What kind of music do we want to play? What kind of effect do we want to have on people when we make music? What are the technical decisions we should make to do the absolute best we can with that music? We kind of let our love for the music and each other, initially just as musicians, but later personally, but just as musicians, even that, we let that inform everything else.
Wow. That's beautiful. If you don't mind me asking your process, because when I think of Tuck and Patti, I feel like there's thought in the production, there's thought in the lyric, there's thought in it. It's not just something that's just packaged, put together for marketing or for a sound that's of someone else. Oh, that's a hit. Let's jump on that bandwagon. You guys are unique in everything. That process, how do you process that? How do you process that? Who writes first? Who thinks of something first? How does that happen?
Well, Patti is definitely the composer and arranger of the
Okay.
two. typical thing you would assume is that the singer comes up with the lyrics and the melody, and the instrumentalist comes up with the chords and the arrangement and so forth. But that's really not always the best way to work, because you lose the strengths of the other person by doing something that's like, you got a prejudice, preconception about how it's
right.
So we go with our strengths, and it turns out that Patti's a great arranger, and also as a producer has real good ability to start and finish. I've never even heard of that. I've never even heard of that. All I knew was start and then keep starting over again. Just
start and keep going, right?
Just go random directions. Patti kind of like, she already sees the finish when she starts, and so we kind of go, it's uncanny, but we just go straight from here to there.
But the secret part is that it's arranged and we think about it, and also as the years go by, Tuck is a phenomenal, he's a one-man orchestra.
Right.
We made that decision early on. What effects are we going to use? Reverb. Okay, that's enough. Then so 10 fingers on 6 strings and 1 voice and some reverb. What can we do with that?
Wow.
And so once we made that decision early on, it became like a thing for me to be able to, as we played longer together, because it was really a go back to the drawing board. He was pick player and everything. Now it's all finger style. So he really reinvented a whole new way. It's been pretty amazing. But we made that decision in the beginning. What do you want to say? How do you want people to feel?
Yes.
What do you want? We played in hundreds of bands before we met each other.
Right,
and we were together for 10 years before we made a record.
Wow.
So it was easy. It was lucky too, because we looked so young. They didn't know how old we were.
That's amazing. With everything that's going on with the change in music, streaming, and the whole music industry is different now. How has that impacted you all in the way you work?
Well, it's interesting because we actually haven't released an album since 2008.
Yeah.
And we were all set to release a new
one
album.
One done and a half one done now, but COVID hit, so we didn't put it out.
Yeah, so we're kind of shopping around trying to figure out, are we going to do the traditional label kind of deal and release it on a label? Are we going to do the self-released thing? Hard to know. You're not selling a lot of CDs, and LPs are coming back up some, but that's still small. It's all streaming.
It's all about the touring.
Yeah, for us, it's all about the touring. Because if you try to go through a royalty statement, you know those calculators where you have so many zeros that you go into a different kind of notation, is exponential notation.
No, you can't keep up. Our first record came out in 1988, and when we do get a form, now they email everything, and you finally look at your royalty. Right. And that record recouped the first 2 months it was out. We still have packaging deductions.
Packaging deductions.
Where?
So the record company hasn't even existed for 20 years.
So it was a record. That's a record business.
But now you get a list of every time your song got streamed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sometimes if you get a good one, it's so sad.
Right.
No sense.
0.000 something that multiplies out to be 0.00 something.
It was an adjustment because we were people that actually made a living off of royalties,
right?
Publishing and stuff like that.
That's what it was about, right?
Yeah, that was probably about half of our income, and it pretty much just dried up overnight.
And that whole thing.
As copyright kind of went away and the streaming came in. It's not to say that that's a bad thing, but it's certainly a different thing, and it remains to be seen really how everybody's going to navigate it. What we don't want is for art not to be able to support itself. I mean, of course, that's always been a problem in general, but you want artists of all sorts to be able to continue to do what they do. I mean, what we all often, rather than feel sorry for ourselves, we think about songwriters. Imagine a songwriter who made all their income from royalties.
Right.
There's how much incentive is there to write good songs now? Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of why you don't see as many good songs, or maybe they're great songs and people are just driven anyway. Art's not going to die.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe some artists won't be able to keep doing it. It seems pretty clear that we should be able to keep doing it for our lifetime. It's not that we're.
And I think what makes you and so many other artists that I love different is that you can actually perform.
Yes.
And that's what goes back to what Patti said. It's all about the touring. It's getting out, going on the road. And I was the same guy that I was talking with the other day, who's a producer. He's a house musician, and he does DJing, but he does house production. It's a ministry, because when you go out and you're able to get in front of people and touch them and see them, it's sort of a ministry, and they get to celebrate your music, not just a record or the streaming. It's your live, you're in concert, you're there, you hear them, you see them.
Energy we share.
Yeah, you get to appreciate it even more. Which takes me to the event that you guys are going to be doing on tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that. Why are you guys doing this tomorrow?
Well, when Jason approached us about it, we've been friends with Jason. His mother and father brought him to Northampton, Massachusetts. He was like a little guy.
You talked about that.
He wanted to come to the concert alone, and he had a seat and came in and sat down. So we've known Jason for years.
Wow.
And become friends. And when he told us about this, it was back, it was in March, May? I forgot when the first one came out. Mm-hmm. And so we recorded then, actually, for that performance. And when he told us what it was for, you know, the Ali Forney Center and LGBTQ youth, homeless youth, it was really, you know, that's something that I've been caring about for a long time. And love, and you know, and also we look at it the way we look at what's happened with COVID.
Yeah.
When we look at homeless youth, you know, we see that the majority of those kids on the street are Black.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Latinx, and then, you know, so it goes like this: American Indian, a lot of Native people also.
Yeah.
It's really, it's, you know, it's terrifying of what happens to them. And especially it depends on, you know, in your community and your culture, to come out to your family or something like that is like, you have to leave.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You could be 13, but you have to get out.
Right.
What happens.
Honey Davenport, who is going to be hosting it, we talked earlier today, and we talked about how it happens, like the root of it. You know, you have these kids and they're at home or whatever, and then the parents or the relatives find out about their lifestyle and they kick them out. They have nowhere to go. And so they're out, you know, in the street, and they may turn to anything, but then they form these sort of balls or houses, and then they go to the club, and that's where they find community and they find their culture, and they come together, you know, as a community and family. And I thought, you know, this is really great what Jason is doing, because it's you know, it's something that you don't think about on a day-to-day basis, but it's something that's definitely going on in the world, and it needs to be, you know, addressed. So I think it's incredible that he's doing this. But 50 people, he has 50 acts, and I thought, well, how incredible is that to have pulled so many acts together? And there's probably 50 more waiting in the wing who would probably like to join. So when he thought about it, was it something that you thought, we'll do this right away? Did you even have to think about it?
Oh, no. Jason. Yeah. When, where, because just record the song first and then send it to us. And, you know, because they couldn't even do just live, like a lot of people are doing live right now in your living room. They couldn't do that.
Wow.
So I don't know if this newer version of it that's coming up will have some people who are actually live right there.
Right.
Pre-recording most of it, but it lets you have artists from everywhere that way. But you know,
that's great. Out of all the incredible things that you guys have done, what are you guys most proud of?
I think that we're sitting here.
Oh, beautiful.
And blessed.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Happy 40, almost 42 years later.
We didn't kill each other.
Yeah, we still can talk. We still are blessed. I can still sing. He can still play. You know, right now there's a whole new world coming right in front of our eyes. We have no idea where we're going and what it's going to be.
But you're together.
But, you know, that's what I think right now. I can't think about there. I can't think about what's happening there. I can think about
now.
And with respect to the music, I think it's not so much something we're proud of as something that we're grateful for.
Wow.
it just worked out in our lives that we didn't make any artistic decisions based on the money. And that's almost impossible to pull off in the world where obviously commerce is a part of everything, including art.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not the first people to wrestle with what do you do about that. But somehow, I mean, we always just say we slid by under the radar somehow. It's like nobody really messed with us. A few people tried, but they didn't try hard enough, and we don't
know how that happened. It just doesn't happen. They gave us, they give us money to do a record, and then we go, we're recording. Is anybody from the company coming? We literally just did what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And wow. So we really never essentially played or sung a note that we didn't just want to do. So it's odd to be a completely non-commercial musical entity and then to have the kind of amazing commercial success we had, considering that we were a non-commercial entity.
Wow.
So it's a little bit of a paradox, and it's not. When people ask us for advice, you know, what should I do? I mean, what we used to tell people was just stick with it. You know, if your heart's in it, stick with it, and everything will work out. That's not necessarily the case. I mean, it will work out karmically, and it's, you know, of course you should follow your heart, but in fact, it's not guaranteed that life's going to work out such that you can support yourself doing just what you want to do. Yeah. Right? It's
the paths to an income and making a living are different.
So we're extremely grateful that it worked out that way, and we are aware that the music has a kind of power that it wouldn't have had we been out just thinking about, well, kind of like you described it, how can we make a hit? I mean, we weren't going to have a hit anyway. There's no chance that, you know, a vocal guitar duo were going to have a hit.
But we did places. It was amazing.
I mean, that's what's so weird.
So weird that we
did. We got, you know, national media exposure and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But the music, I think the music speaks to hearts in a different way if you just practice doing your best to speak to the heart or getting out of the way so God can speak to the heart.
The people we all love and that finally get there, you know, a lot of times, you know, always cream doesn't rise to the top, but it usually does. In some form or another, you'll hear about somebody who's really good. And especially now with this format going on, YouTube and Instagram and everything, Facebook and everything, you discover some amazing people. So, you know, I feel blessed that we're still sitting here. I'm so proud of all the young people who are out there on the front line. I remember when we were out there, when I was, you know, thinking about that, like they were talking like tonight that 1967, we're kind of at that income level right now. I graduated from high school in 1967, and we were marching and doing stuff in the, you know, early.
It was my family. Yeah, they went to Birmingham, Alabama at that time. That's where I'm from, and my family marched. My mother and aunt and grandmother would all talk about, my uncle and would talk about, you know, the things that were happening when they were marching. Matter of fact, Miss McNair, one of the young ladies, when they had the bombing at the church. Yeah, one of the young girls that was killed there, her mother taught me in elementary school.
Wow.
I remember her to this day, you know. They're very close with my family. But yeah, so much has changed and a lot is still the same. But I have hope. I have so much hope.
That you see the world rise up.
Yeah. Because they're great. When I looked out and saw people marching, I saw all of us. I saw the world. I saw a rainbow like I'm looking at you all right now. That's what I saw. I didn't just see people who look like me. I didn't just see black men or people who look like me or black women. I saw America stand up and say, we don't want this. This is not what we want. And we don't want that. We want all. We want to, I think as a whole, we want to love each other. We want community. We want to have our neighbors care for us and we care back. I think there's a small amount of people that don't want that. You know, so that's my belief and that's my hope. And so I'm not, you know, some people are having anxiety and going through things. I definitely believe in God and I believe in a higher power. And I know things are going to be okay. They're going to be all right. We're going to be fine. Yeah. And it is so great to see you guys and to have you guys on. And I'm going to be watching tomorrow. I cannot wait. We'll all be sitting in and watching tomorrow. What's next for you guys?
Well, we have this record. We finished this kids record, and we've got another Tuck and Patti record half finished. So I figured while we're locked up in the house, we'll get a bunch of records.
I've been a bunch of records done, right?
Record for Tuck, some more of those, and so we'll just record.
We started doing weekly Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, we do a Facebook Live every
Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday at
1 p.m. California.
We're doing
3 p.m. Eastern.
4
That's
p.m.
4 my time.
4 p.m.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Okay.
We're doing a 1 hour concert every week, basically sitting on this couch where we are right now.
Every week we started.
Every Tuesday we do what we're calling Tuck's Tips for Guitar. Or I try to.
Nice. So wait a minute. When do you do the concert thing? When do you do
Sunday. Every Sunday.
Okay. 4 o'clock. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
And you guys are on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just TUCKAND Patti.
Tuck. Okay. What about Instagram? Are you on Instagram?
We are, but I haven't started streaming on there yet. So
Okay.
We'll do that. But I haven't started streaming on there. We're on Instagram and all the stuff, but I haven't done streaming.
And you know that not Facebook, but Instagram is the new thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Facebook is great, and it's a great platform, and everybody's on it. But Instagram is definitely that new thing, that snapshot. Now you can feed the videos in, and also IGTV. So it's really coming.
Yeah, we can do that. We should. We'll get it together and do, because I had to learn. I had to go to like technical school when all this happened and went, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now's a good time because everyone's, at home and sitting around to get their attention and pull them in. So good luck with that. If you need any help, I can help you.
Great, thanks. You. Well, go look, because after every show, we always save them onto the page, so you can go and see what we've done from the beginning.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to definitely follow you guys, and let everybody know where they can follow you and keep up with you on your success and your path.
Yes, absolutely. Well, with tuckandpatti.com, which will then take you to everything.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. We're basically Tuck and Patti everywhere.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Right. And you know what the thing about? There's only one Tuck and Patti.
I've Googled this. I have to admit it, and I even went. How badly did I misspell it?
You can't put that word in and get anything else but the two people that I'm looking at.
I've tried Lucky and Patry. We still come up.
Right. Well, guys, thank you so much, and good luck to everything that you do. What an honor to see you guys and to interview you. You guys are special.
You are such a sweetheart. God bless you. Yeah. Stay safe and stay well.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. This rounds it up for this incredible 4-piece interview with these incredible people that are going to be doing this incredible performance tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Please, we're going to have the YouTube link. Make sure you watch it. And by all means, make sure you donate. We need $1, $2, $5, anything that you can donate to this incredible cause. Thank you, guys. It's Mike Lee, and I'm out for Plushwork TV. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next time.